Hey guys, it's Matt here, welcome back. It has been quite some time since I did a video recently, but I am quite busy with my final year of university, my final project, and I may even do a video on that because it's actually pretty cool. But without further ado, today we're going to be doing a video on a vacuum cleaner made by Moosoo. It's called the MT710, and it's a fairly good price vacuum cleaner with some nifty features. It does have IR as well as the bumper plate detection, so it doesn't have any LiDAR or anything like that, but it's still pretty cool. So without further ado, let's just go into a little unboxing, go through all the parts you get, and then overall I'm going to give my impressions and my final review. So let's do it. Okay, so let's just dive straight into this unboxing. So as you can see, this is just a standard looking box, pretty much the same as every other robot vacuum cleaner. So we're just gonna go ahead and unbox it. So lifting up the lid, there is an envelope here. Pretty sure this is just gonna be like a thank you letter from Moosoo or some sort of instruction manual. But then lifting up this cover, we can see we have the vacuum cleaner as well as all the accessories that come with it. So I'm just gonna lift this out. And this thing's pretty heavy, it's about 4 kilograms in weight, but it is a lot smaller in size compared to many other vacuum cleaners that I've reviewed before. And so I'm just gonna take it out of this cover, and as you can see, it's pretty nice looking, very glossy and clean. Obviously, it's not gonna stay clean for long. And then underneath, we have our rubber wheels, we have our rotating brush, and our 600 milliliter dustbin tray. At the top here, we have these 2 metal plates, that's where it just charges up. And then we have these 2 sweeping brushes which clip on, and we also have a HEPA filter, which is washable and blocks about 99% of allergens. There's also a remote control included, so if you don't want to use your smartphone or you don't want to connect it to Wi-Fi, you can just go ahead and use this IR remote. This allows you to manually control it as well as choose your various cleaning options. And then you have your charging pad. So this is just a plastic charging pad, comes with a adapter which plugs in the side, and you have some metal contacts that lines up with the vacuum cleaner and charges up. But now I'm just gonna put these brushes on. They simply clip on either side, and it does come with a couple of spares, so you can swap this out after a few months. And then there's these fillers which stop the bumper pad moving. And there's also some cellophane on the top, which I'm gonna peel away, revealing that nice glossy fingerprint magnet top, which is probably gonna get scuffed up in no time, because after all, this is a vacuum cleaner. And then in the back, we have our dustbin tray, which I mentioned before, so that simply clips out. And it is quite small in size. However, 600 milliliters can actually hold quite a bit, and it does get very compressed and compacted inside of here. So I would estimate that this can last around a week and a half or so of use, but I'll let you guys know later on in the video after I've tested it. And then on top here, we have this unjamming tool, which goes ahead and allows us to cut hair off the brush, as well as get little bits out of the vacuum cleaner. So pretty handy tool. Now we're just gonna go ahead and scan the QR code on the bottom of this guy, and that's gonna tell us which app we need to download. Scan the QR code. And it's opening up. So it seems to be Smartlife is the app of choice for this company. Smartlife's a pretty good app for managing all your smart home devices, and they all sync very well in here. Also connects up to your smart home assistants as well. In order to put it into Wi-Fi pairing mode, you have to hold the bumper as well as the charging button for a few seconds. And then you can go on your phone into your Wi-Fi settings, and it should pop up Smartlife and then some sort of number. So you click that, go back to your app, and it's gonna go ahead and pair it. Now we can change our name, add it to our device list, and there we go. We can now go ahead and control our vacuum cleaner, and we have all our options within the app. But now we're just gonna dive into my full review after a few weeks of testing. Okay, so now I've unboxed it all, I've gone over all the components it comes with, and showing you guys how to set it up. I'm gonna be talking about what I think of the vacuum cleaner. So to start with, I'm gonna start off with the price. So I've actually wrote everything down so I remember all of this stuff, because my memory is terrible. So the price is £180 or $240. I think that's pretty good. It is on sale right now, and there's also additional discounts you can get on Amazon, so you can actually bump it down even further than that, but definitely do take a look at the link down below. There may even be a better deal at the time you're watching this video. In terms of the material, the entire vacuum cleaner is made of plastic. However, it doesn't feel cheap. It's pretty hefty and quite heavy. It's 4 kilograms in weight. The top layer is made of glossy plastic. This honestly is a fingerprint magnet, definitely will scuff up over time. It's not the most durable thing because I have a ton of vacuum cleaners with the same finish. And let me tell you, it doesn't end well. Underneath there's rubber wheels and it's got a pretty good suspension. These wheels are retractable and they are springy, so it can go over objects up to 1.6 centimeters tall. So it's about that much, and I can say that's actually pretty handy if you have things on the floor or just wires or something, then it can actually go over that. And especially a concern for most people is the part between rooms, the part on your floor. This vacuum cleaner can pretty much go over any of those, so there's no issue. Now in terms of actually going underneath objects when cleaning, this vacuum cleaner is 2.8 inches tall, which is actually not too bad. It's one of the shorter vacuum cleaners, and it does mean that it can go into some tight spaces, underneath some cupboards or furniture in your room. So that is definitely a bonus. In terms of the actual suction power though, this is 2000 PA, which is definitely not bad. This is definitely a great amount of suction power for this small vacuum cleaner because this actually is a little bit smaller in size to other ones I reviewed on the channel. And I quite like that. It makes it a little bit snappier and quicker to get to places. And this one can actually get into some really tight spaces, which I especially like. I've emptied the dustbin about once every 2 weeks, maybe just under that. So once every like 12 days or so, I've been emptying it. It's a 600 milliliter container. So it depends how big your place is, how much dirt is on the floor to determine really like how often you're going to be changing that out. But for me, it was about 12 days and I live in like a 3-bedroom place with an upstairs. So yeah. So the main area I like about this is the battery life. Now, obviously it's got a 2500 milliamp hour battery, which isn't that big. However, it's quite a small vacuum cleaner and the rotary brush and everything is quite small compared to other vacuum cleaners. And so I actually found to get around 2 hours of battery life out of this, which is very, very good. Probably better than any other vacuum cleaner, robot vacuum cleaner that I have reviewed on the channel. And I read this stat on the website that it can clean 160 square foot of area in your home before it needs to go back and recharge. And of course it does make its way back. It has a record of where the charger is and it will go back and find the charger itself. And the way it connects up is okay. It's not the best app in the world. It links in with Smartlife, which is very good with integration with all of your home devices. So all your smart devices will connect into there, including your Google Home, your Amazon Echo. So you can obviously tell those assistants to start cleaning and this vacuum cleaner will go. However, you can't tell it to go clean a specific area. It will just simply turn on and go into auto cleaning mode. But in terms of the other modes you also have spot detection, which does go around a specific area in your room, around a specific spot. So if you do spill something on the floor and you want to clean a specific area, you can go ahead and do that. There's also edge cleaning, so it can go around the full outside of all the rooms in order to pick up dust and little bits of dirt there. Other than that, there's a manual mode, which you can actually go ahead and control this vacuum cleaner with, and there's also an auto mode, which just does its own thing, goes around and clean ups after you. The part I really like that I've never had before is this comes with a remote control. So it doesn't really take over the use of the app because honestly, I tend to use my phone more, but it's pretty handy because if you don't want to go on your phone, launch the app, you can put the controller in, say, the kitchen, and anybody in the kitchen can just go ahead and turn on the vacuum cleaner. It's pretty good because not everyone needs to download the app and sync with it and everything like that. You can just go ahead and manually control it with this controller, which I think is very cool. Now, if you're a bit worried this might drop if you live with staircases and things like that, don't worry, there is drop detection and it won't go ahead and drive down your staircase. It will actually know that there's a drop and it won't go over the edge. The only slight issue I had with this, honestly, is first of all, the app is not the best. You can't sort of map the room properly. However, it does find its way back to the charger and it does detect while it's going and cleaning around a room, but it doesn't really save it that good. And something else is I struggle to connect it because this only works on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connections. We have both 5 gigahertz and 2.4, and for some reason it wouldn't connect. So I had to go ahead and disable the 5 gigahertz in order to connect the vacuum cleaner, and then I had to go turn it back on. So you'll have to go into your router settings and things if you do have 5 gigahertz, which is quite common. I don't really see why they didn't try and like fix this or put some software release out, but whatever, that's just how it is. But overall, I can say for the price, this is actually very good. I actually really do like it. And I've never really had a bad robot vacuum cleaner. This one's fairly fast, not as fast as some previous ones I've used, but it does get the job done, especially for the price. And it's got some pretty nifty sensors. The bumper sensor, when I got mine, was unclipped, so I had to try and clip it back on when I unboxed it, which was kind of bad. Like it just had a bad vibe to it, but it does work. So if you're looking for something at the lower end of the spectrum, but you want it to do a pretty good cleaning job, you're not that bothered about the software side of things, then yeah, this is an excellent vacuum cleaner. And I would recommend it if you want to spend somewhere between $150 to $250 or pounds, whatever it may be. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely do let me know down below what you guys think of the vacuum cleaner, how you think it stacks up to my previous ones I've shown off. I will also leave the links to those videos down below. But anyway guys, I'll see you later. Peace.